All right.
Hello, and welcome to the Flow and Snow podcast. Neavay.
Um,
And can we address the elephant in the room?
what's the elephant in the room?
I have had new hair on the podcast every single week.
Oh,
I
I didn't
had
even realize
long
that at all.
hair
Yeah,
and then short
that's
hair.
true.
Now.
The first one you did have long hair. Yeah,
Yeah, I had my Amazon tape and extensions in.
they look good though.
I really like the long hair. I don't like the work that comes with long hair, so now I just need to grow my hair out.
I love your hair shorts.
Yeah, whatever. You also like
I'm
it dark,
biased,
and
so
now I'm
I like it
growing my
blonde
hair
too.
out, and I'm blonde. Don't do what men want. Do what you want,
Yeah, you look
unless it's
great
your
everywhere.
husband. Okay.
Today we were talking about the famous Milspo Momtok and why you started it and what you expect to see in the future with it.
Hey, so as my husband, try to explain what Milspo Momtok is.
All right, Milspo Momtok is a community you created for military spouses to find community and connection within each other or other resources.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So Milspo Momtok is my nonprofit organization. We should be licensed by the end of this week. Well, before this episode comes out, we'll be licensed. We've been waiting a while for our 501c3 licensure. We submitted the modifications that they asked for, and we should be good to go, which means we can start fundraising, which I'm really excited for because the main thing that we prioritize is that all of our events need to be accessible to military spouses, right? So events are either free or in the future they will be extremely low cost. And like less than $10. All of our events are free. They're all family friendly. They're all spouse friendly. At the beginning of this group, we did a lot of like park play dates. I called them the coffee and content meetups because I am always filming TikToks and always drinking coffee. So I thought it was cute. And the group came from my TikTok platform.
Yeah, it was just a good time for you guys just to hang out
Yeah.
and find a small community.
And so what we're trying to do, eventually we'd like to be nationwide and be at every military installation, Army, Air Force, Navy. Am I like ruining all of your prompts?
It's all right.
It's okay. It's okay. I can
okay.
yap. That's like why we have a podcast.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so eventually we'd like to be nationwide at every single military installation. And it's really just a group for military spouses to find their community and to build friendships and like real genuine connections, not just like internet friends, which I have 22.2 thousand of those. But
Yeah.
you know, having a real friend to rely on when your spouse is gone or in the field or you're just in the newborn trenches or you're at a new duty station by yourself.
Yeah.
Like being able to have a friend is really important.
So I guess let's backtrack a little bit and
I'm sorry, I'm a yapper. Okay.
and figure out why you started this and I guess what inspired you to start Milspo Momtok.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna put a pouch in while I talk about this. I know I said if you follow me on TikTok, this is not nicotine. I did quit nicotine all the way, I promise. No, I didn't. I failed, but we'll get there. Anyways, what was the question?
What inspired you to like start this journey and start Milspo Momtok?
Okay, so my guilty pleasure is trash TV. And so Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 2 came out. And not sponsored, not affiliated. Okay. Me and my best friend Cheyenne, her husband was at drill school and you were in a foreign country and I had the baby. The other kids were at our co-parents' houses and she had her 2 babies and we were just in the trenches together.
Yeah.
So we would hang out and we would watch our trash TV and like, you know, watch the kids. The kids would play in the water and we would like come inside and watch TV. And then she wanted to do TikTok and we made a satire TikTok about the secret lives of military wives and it blew up.
Yeah, it went, it went really viral. Not really, but
I could be wrong, but I think it almost got 100,000 views. At least 30,000 or anywhere in between that.
but you had like hundreds and
I
hundreds of
had
comments. So.
hundreds of comments of people asking me to do this. And so I was like, I am a social butterfly, but I am also an introvert and I'm very selective on people that I like. Like, I'm very picky about my friendships. Like, I will give my whole heart to people, which is why I now have to be picky. But I care too much about people.
You do care a lot. You have a big heart for people and those around you.
No, I don't. Whatever.
You do.
I'm mean.
She pretends to be mean, but she's a softie.
The internet asked me for a group, and I was like, I'll try it. So I was like, hey, I'm going to be at the park on Saturday at this time, and if you want to come hang out with me, or if you want to make friends, come do it. Like, just meet me at the park. And I was really scared that I was going to be at the park by myself like a weirdo.
Yeah, you were so nervous.
I was so nervous. And then I ended up having, I think the first one was around 10 people, not that many people.
No, yeah. It wasn't that much. But.
And then we kept doing it like once a month, every Saturday. And then I hosted a PJ party at the house once the group like started to grow. Excuse me, sorry. But then the group just continued to grow, and it was getting too big for me to manage.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've never had any military spouse friends outside of Shy. And now Jill and Alexis. And Jill is our neighbor. And you guys are coworkers, and so it's that same thing that we were talking about in the last episode. Like, your assigned friends are your husband's coworkers' spouses. Thankfully.
And it just falls like that sometimes. Like, like you click and you become good friends. So.
Yeah. But it doesn't always work out that way. And so I didn't have any friends when I got out of the service. And I was just this military spouse, and we have 5,000 kids. And so I was like, this is really lonely, actually. And so I knew that if I was feeling this way, that's kind of why I've always been online and shared my story online, is because I know that I'm not the only one experiencing these feelings. So if my story and my journey and my experiences can help someone else at least feel seen or validated in what they're feeling, like, and to know that they're not alone, then I'll always share my story. Yeah. So that's really where this group came from, because I had no friends and the internet asked me. So I delivered. Video. Yeah, from a silly little video. Yeah. I had no friends.
You had friends. It just went like, you had acquaintances, I would say, more than.
Yeah. I don't think I had like go get coffee, hang out at the house friends at that point in time.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of, the way I describe some of those acquaintances is like, they're friends with me, but I'm not friends with them.
Yeah.
And they're really close with me. They don't, like, they don't know a whole lot about me.
What, if Milspo Momtok succeeds long term, what impact do you hope it has on the military families?
I hope that every military spouse gets to have a best friend that they can rely on. And I really hope, like, I got promoted to auntie for
a lot of people.
So we're godparents to a lot of people, but I got promoted this past weekend or 2 weeks ago to auntie, right? And that was like a really big deal for me. I almost cried because I grew up in the Army, and I grew up with this Army family, and I still talk to my Army aunts and uncles and cousins all the time. And so I want that sense of community back. And I want to be able to give that to all military spouses. I want them to find their chosen family, and I want them to find their community. So as we continue to grow, that is the only like real true goal that I have is for people to make friends and build connections.
I think that's something that the military spouse community is lacking in, like a good community that's not like they have all these Facebook pages of like, oh, this military spouse did this and this military spouse did this and like
My
what's
guilty
that big page
pleasure.
though? That's like nationwide. It's like military spouses
Oh,
something.
when you're tired of military
Yeah.
spouses, but you are a military spouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when I got posted on
Yeah.
there? And I went on there and I was like, that was me. Yeah, my children were being unsafe. I said what I said. And yeah. Anyways,
Like that's what like so I'm
yeah.
saying like that's like what people have the stigma for a military spouse is like
A
that
depend right? Like or a Dependosaurus Rex.
yeah.
I have heard all of the things. And now we kind of I want to say that the military spouse community has kind of like taken back that word and like we've made it into a joke and like me and Jill kept joking about like respect our rank
Yeah.
and
You have
you
a
know
dependa cover there.
yeah, oh my gosh, I have this Dependa cup. It says forever your Dependa. I serve to be my sponsor. You had me at TRICARE. Yeah, it's super cute. I got this locally from Hidden Lotus Designs. I don't know if she's still creating, but I've had this for
On
almost 2
Carson,
years
right?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the like one
at
of the
the
events.
spring fair market thing. I was like, I need this cup.
Yeah. You were so
I
excited.
was so happy about it.
And you just got out of the army right then too. So
Yep. So I needed a Dependa cup.
what makes Milspo Momtok different than other military organizations?
We have a zero tolerance policy for bullshit. We do no warnings. So that might come off as unfair, but there's no place for like toxicity in our group. It is meant to be, and all of our directors are extremely approachable. So if we say something or if someone else says something and you're like, I'm not jiggy with that, you can come and tell us and we'll nip it in the bud. We'll take care of it immediately because
Yeah.
it's meant to be a safe space for military spouses. Um, so like we've had people kicked out of the group, like no warning, like lifetime ban from the group because they were inappropriate. They were talking about inappropriate topics. They were getting just way too far left or right. Not politically, just in
Yeah.
what they were talking about.
Just
and
life.
yeah, and we were like, hey, gone. We've had people come to us and be like, hey, I'm not comfortable with this person because they made these kinds of comments. And I was like, okay, got it. I told that person, like, hey, you have made other people feel unsafe. You gotta go and DX them. And so like very
Just keeping it positive and
yeah,
good vibes.
it will always be a safe space. You will always be able to get advice or resources or community, whatever you're looking for in that group. And if it ever feels unsafe, all you have to do is tell someone, right? Literally anyone on our board, and we will handle it immediately.
That's good. I think a lot of just specifically a lot of Facebook groups don't really care about that, and they like to see the drama, so they just let whatever ride. And like,
I mean, my guilty pleasure is Fort Carson Confessions. I got kicked out of the other drama group. I forget what it's called. But because I did not allow the admins into our page, the admins of the drama page were not allowed into our page because it like
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
I'm not allowing drama in our page or in our community at all. And there has never been any drama on the page. It had like we did all these introductions for the past couple of days. Like, hey, everyone, if you're new or if you aren't new and you just want to intro yourself and try to make friends, go ahead, make an intro post. And everyone was like, hey, let's go grab coffee. Oh my God, I love your tattoos. Let's go do this. Hey, I know this piercing shop that you can get that piercing that you're talking about. my God, we have Goodwill bins. Like, let's go. And it's been amazing to see all of these connections getting made. We had one of our members hosted or is hosting like a get together with a bunch of other people that she met in the group at our social hour.
Nice.
So, like, the connections are being built, and it's really nice to see. And it's true, genuine connections. And if currently I am unaware of any drama within the group, so if there is any occurring, I don't know about it. But everyone is getting along so well, and we're a group of over 200 members, so the fact that we are such a positive community is almost unheard of, especially in the online space.
Yeah. I definitely agree, especially with like the online space you're talking about, because online, what do they call it?
Oh my God, the internet is so mean.
Yeah.
The internet is so
They
mean.
could be mean about every little random thing.
But I think that's why the zero tolerance policy is so important, because that's what helps keep the community safe and positive.
Yeah. Keeps it in the direction that you created it and like want to see it go.
Yeah. Now, I have to address, okay? This group did not start out on the right foot because I did not know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so for October, November, December, January, January was the revamp, so really 3 months.
Yeah.
For 3 months, the group took a hit. We weren't posting, we weren't meeting up, we weren't doing anything. The group and I was honestly going to let it die. Like, full transparency. I didn't like the direction that it had started going in, and I wasn't going to do it. I wanted no part in that. And then NatCon happened, and I got this wonderful idea, and I was like, you know what? No, that's why I started this group. I'm going to revamp it. I'm going to do what I can to make this community what I originally
just like
started
shot
it
off,
for.
dude. Yeah.
And it did. And we went from like 120 members to 200, and from
a month and a half or so.
Yeah, from January to now. So in a month and a half. And we have had meetups, we have gotten booths, we are doing like so many things. The sense of community in that group it went from being a almost like private exclusive group of like, you know, people who follow me on TikTok, right?
And that's kind of like how it started, like
to just all these military spouses in the right now local to Fort Carson and Colorado Springs area who just wanted support. And I was like, okay, we're doing it. And it has been so amazing to see it grow in the way that I originally intended.
I love watching you talk about it. It makes me really proud of you, because like you just see like the light in your eyes and like you get excited. And
I've always only just wanted to help people, and I never knew what that looked like. And I've done every job under the sun. I have done everything, and I never really found my footing. And when I was in the Army, I was always told, like, you're going to be a great leader. One day you're going to be Sergeant Major in the Army.
Imagine that.
No. And I had so many like seniors tell me that like, you're going to do great things for the Army. And I was like, I don't want to stick around that long.
But you're still doing great things in a different way, though.
Yeah, and like, I really feel like I found my footing in what I'm supposed to be doing. And we're very faithful Christians, right? And we prayed for a ministry for so long. And we were like, we don't know what we're supposed to be doing. We know that we're called to help people. We're trying to figure it out. We were like trying to volunteer for all these other ministries and not getting callbacks and not getting emails. And so we were like, okay, we'll figure it out. And then got invited on a whim, was told like, hey, why have you not registered that as a nonprofit? And I was like, I didn't know. And then we rolled with it, and
it just felt so natural too, like just like becoming part of the veteran outreach resource like
Yeah.
care. Like it just felt so natural to like be a part of it and advocate for it.
Well, and so the whole thing at NatCon, there's so many veteran resources. There are so many veteran community spaces, but I don't know of any positive military spouse spaces.
No, yeah.
And it, since registering as a nonprofit, I have learned of a few, right? Shout out Milspo Fest, shout out M,
Hmm.
right? But up until recently, I didn't know about them. I didn't, and like I was an army brat, and then I was in the army, and now I've been a mil spouse for 2 years.
In my brief tenure as a mill spouse when you were in the army. Yeah, I don't remember any of those. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
I've
Like
never heard of any.
it's
Yeah,
and there's like the local spouse groups, spouse
yeah,
clubs,
but that's like
but
what's
they're
all you
paid
see. Yeah,
memberships, and it almost feels exclusive to be a member of those, like senior NCOs and officer wives only. And our group is not that.
no, it's for
And
everybody.
exactly. And so we want, and that's exactly what we want too, is that we want no matter what rank your spouse is, no matter where you fall in your army career or like journey, military, I guess, army is specific to us. Um, you're welcome in this space, and you will get the support and you will get the community that you need.
What speaking of, I guess, more community, like what are the biggest struggles you see military spouses or that have shared with you?
Um,
Not your experiences, but like,
I feel like military spouses always feel lonely or like they have to do it all by themselves. And I know that I struggled with that personally, especially when I first got out, like being a stay-at-home mom and a student and like being a veteran, right?
yeah,
That was a whole different world for me. And navigating it by myself and having no sense of support and no other military spouses that were like safe to ask, like,
hey, what
I
do I
have
do?
no friends. What am I supposed to do? What do I do with my hands? Right.
And you saw, you like learned of an example of that today actually at the school. Yeah,
Oh
so
my
like,
gosh. This was the saddest and sweetest moment of my life. I was picking our daughter up for a appointment, and I was talking to the front desk secretary, and she was like, "Oh my god, your podcast showed up on my For You page and your TikTok show up on my For You page, and you are literally just so adorable." And we're chit-chatting, and this other mom walks in, and she starts talking to me about tattoos, about my tattoos, and our daughter walked out, so I was about to leave, and I had given her my number, my socials, and my not my
yeah, your
like
social
social
security.
security number, my social media handles, and I had pitched Mom Talk to her because I was like, hey, like what she had said was that her spouse is on rotation and she doesn't have any friends, and I was the only person who had been nice to her for the past 4 months that her
Yeah,
spouse has been gone. The only human interaction that she has had. And
that's crazy too. Yeah,
that is not okay.
no,
Like no military I know that except I know that had I not had Shy, I would have been in her exact same like shoes.
yeah,
Except I wouldn't have been because your family is close by and we're so lucky to have that support system
yeah, but
close to
not
us.
everybody has that, and like they're
Exactly.
far away from
So
their
her
family.
family is all far away and her friends like aren't close by. She doesn't have any military spouse friends who understand what she's going through. She has multiple kids and she's struggling. And like the fact that I was nice to her and that she was almost in tears is insane. Like
Yeah, that's,
no one should ever feel that alone.
and there's like 20 some thousand people on Carson, so like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And she made a really good point in our, short conversation of like, well, what am I supposed to do? Make friends at the PX or the commissary? And yeah, you're right. Like, where else are you
Yeah,
supposed to make
there's
friends?
not those places
Yeah. And
besides
so,
the random Facebook groups, which we've already
yeah,
talked about. But like,
yeah.
yeah,
And so, and I've been pitching Mom Talk to every hey, I have no friend post on the local pages.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm moving to Carson and I'm looking for friends. Mom talk, mom talk, mom talk. Um, Mostly like I don't want any military spouse to feel like they have to do this by themselves because they don't. I all summer or all almost the
The whole
entire
time I was gone.
rotation you
Yeah.
were gone, I was babysitting for so many different people. I had like so many different people like coming over to the house just so that they would not feel alone. We had people coming over just to sit on our couch, like,
Yeah. Just
and
to be in the
talk and
presence
to
of another
just
human.
like be around other people. And that's what I want for so many people, like for the entire community. Whether or not you're a member of Milspo Momtok, okay? Like, I love my community, but it might not be for everyone. You deserve a safe space and you deserve a community.
Yeah. And do you, is that kind of like how you want your members, I guess, to help out each other and support each other?
I do, yeah. But I can't force anyone to be a good friend,
No, yeah.
right? Like, I know that I like to consider myself a good friend to my friends, and I like to think that I show up for people. Um and it's something that I take a lot of pride in, is that like even if you're not that important to me, if you are somehow involved in my life, I will do everything in my power to celebrate your wins, to be there for your losses, and to show up for you. Um, and so I hope that the connections that people are making in our group is similar to that. I hope that they're making genuine connections and genuine friendships where people can show up for each other, because I can't be 200 people's
No,
bestie,
yeah.
right? But
But like the
someone
event we
in
had at the Red Lake Brewing, like people showed up and they were like building natural
yeah,
connections, natural friendships, and like it was good. Like,
yeah, there were so many friendships made, and it makes my heart so happy. And the fact that people are, hosting their own little get-togethers and like building their own community, like that's exactly what this was started for, like I want everyone to have, army cousins and get promoted to auntie.
I think that secretly every military spouse or like just military families in general want that. I know, like my time in the army, I've had a lot of friends and close friends and like people I could count on in that aspect. I think, but like these past couple years is probably the first time I think our kids have gotten like other military families that are like parental figures to them, I guess.
Like safe adults, like other
Yeah,
safe adults. Like,
yeah,
shout out Alexis. Shelby and Alexis are
yeah. I
besties.
know. Yeah,
They are like we had to have that conversation with Shelby about like behavior or
yeah.
something. And Alexis jumped into and was like, girlfriend, what are you
What are you
doing?
doing? Yeah,
Like, and like those kinds of safe adults, right? Like having people to support your parenting in probably one of the hardest lifestyles to parent in,
and that's the thing they
you know,
get. They get the lifestyle, so like they know how to like also to parent that lifestyle.
yeah. And I mean, I love Alexis and her husband so much, right? I love their little baby so much. We've gotten to see him grow up from a literal newborn. I was almost in tears the other day. Um, but like for us, we're seasoned parents, right? But
Yeah.
seeing them as like their first time parents, seeing them knock it out of the park and just always have it down pat. Maybe they don't always, but they definitely appear to. Shout out Alexis and Jake, because y'all got it
Crushing it,
down
yeah.
pat. We are so impressed. But we are able to support Alexis and Jake, right? How many other new parents, new spouses in the military community are there that don't have a support system like me and you?
Yeah, there's a lot, and
Yeah.
there's a lot that don't have like mentors or like not even mentors, but like
Community.
community.
Yeah.
So Milspo Mom Talk, it's growing, it's doing the thing right now. This may be like a future question, but like, what do you see Milspo Mom Talk offering any programs or services in the future?
Ooh. Um Okay, so a couple of the nonprofits that we are partnered with, they offer like financial assistance.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be able to do that for other military families.
Yeah.
But I think specific to military spouses, a program that I think would like greatly benefit them is like a couple's night out or a mom's night out. Don't have to worry about childcare. Come drop your kids off. We have, book the CDC or the CYS for a
Yeah.
night or for a couple hours and like go. Like go
Go
have
be
yeah,
adults.
like go be adults. And you don't even have to go on a date. Just go like sit on your couch without your kids
Take a
climbing all
nap.
over
Yeah.
you. Take a nap uninterrupted without Bluey in the background, you
Yeah.
know? Um I think some sort of like childcare assistance type program would greatly benefit military spouses. And I know that there are programs out there like that, but I don't know of them, so I can't pitch them to my nonprofit. So if you have one, let
Let
me
us know.
know
Yeah.
so that we can promote it.
Do you sorry, I lost what I was say. So you're creating this PCS guide for Milspo
Oh yeah, I did.
Momtok. Do you see that turning into like some sort of newsletter or something like that, or just a
Um,
one-time brochure thing?
so here's the thing. I hate checking my email. So I don't think a newsletter would benefit our organization. If you're a member and you disagree, please let me know. I will this group is for y'all. If y'all would like a monthly newsletter, then I will do that. But I think if I did, it would get posted on socials instead of
Kind of
email
like the schools do
blasting.
like their weekly flyers for like
Yes.
monthly or something.
Yes. Just and I mean, as we grow, it would really just depend on so many different things,
Yeah.
right? But we did create a free Fort Carson PCS guide um, that I do need to publish. And it's just like, here's our local favorites, here's housing tips, here are the communities. Here are the communities. This is like what you need to know about living in Colorado, and here's how to survive Colorado weather, and here's how to prep your car, right?
Yeah, just some basic knowledge.
Just basic knowledge. And we are trying to get to the newcomers in processing briefs at least once a month. I'm working on it, y'all. But that's not to benefit us or our group. It's to benefit spouses, right? So if no one at these groups, well, because it's service members, right?
Yeah.
So like they're gonna get this brochure and shove it in a folder and then be like, oh yeah, here's what I
Just throw
got
it away.
today
Yeah.
in processing, right? But if their spouse sees that, they're like, hey, wait, this is really helpful. What is this group? Cool. But
I think they
if
do have a
nothing,
spouses.
I don't know. I was a service member when I came to
I'll
Carson. I've never
I'll
been a
ask.
spouse newcomer. I've only been processed.
I think they have like one of those little fair things. I don't know.
We should find out.
Yeah. So you have a goal of yourself for your own social media. What goal, end of year goal, do you have for Milspo Mom Talk?
Um, I don't. I don't have one. Um, because I want this group to grow naturally and organically. So the only goal that I have, right? If we cap at 300 members and never grow past that, fine. As long as there are genuine connections forming. I don't foresee that happening. I foresee the group continuing to grow and people continuing to make friends and host like their own, get-togethers.
Yeah.
But for me, the group isn't about growth or anything like that. So currently, I have no goals other like by the end of the year, right? Other than I want it to continue to grow organically and naturally, and I want it to continue to be a safe space. And like, I would really, really, really like to start fundraising and maybe have like 5 grand in our pocket by the end of the year, or $5,000 that we fundraised and gave back to our community by the end of the year. I think that's doable, but that's not a priority for me because it's really not about the money. It's more so about like these events and the community.
Is there any organizations that you would like to partner with, I guess, since you're talking about fundraising and stuff like that?
Milspo Fest, like formally, I would love to be at every Milspo Fest that they're hosting throughout the year. I would love to partner with them. We got a booth this year with them, and I'm super excited. And I have a couple conversations that I'm having,
which is exciting.
Which is exciting. But like as I personally grow on my own social media, I'm not just growing for me, I'm growing for our business and for my nonprofit.
Yeah.
So like all these opportunities, I don't take them lightly. I'm very grateful, and like God is so good all the time. But so Milspo Fest, the military influencer conference.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I think I would love to collab with Hero Front, even if we don't partner with them, like
just do a collab
with them. I think that would be really cool. American Legion Gaming. We really like American Legion Gaming. I think that especially, well, so what's the other one? The like spouse side of American Legion. I forget what it's called, but I would love to partner with them because
the auxiliary.
Yeah. I would love to partner with the auxiliary because I have the hiccups now.
Maybe you can make there goes.
I just see a lot of like alignment there.
Yeah.
I see a lot of alignment with Hero Front and with the Legion. I really do see us doing great things both for the veteran community and the military spouse community. So shout out all of you guys. Also, join American Legion Game. Discord link in my bio.
Maybe you can make a Milspo Momtok Riders.
Oh my god. Well, you know what? We do have like right now it's very small because our group is very small. Except Jill was yelling at me about this in the last podcast about like 200 people in front of you is a lot of people. Yeah. So anyways, we have like 4 or 5 like riders in our group already. So I think there is a space for that as we grow, just not currently. Not yet. No. Not currently. Yeah.
How can you point people in the right direction to find Milspo Momtok or volunteer with your organization?
To find us. Ooh. So we have a QR code. We are trying to be very forward facing. So we're trying to be present at all of these local events, at all of the fairs. I had this idea to get a booth at Freedom Fest because that's so really many good, people, right? But booth fees are a thing for that, and so the give and take, right? But I'll figure it out. Okay.
It's a few months away, so.
Plus, if they have cool bands, I don't know that I want to work that. I want to be there. Anyways, so we're trying to be present at all these events to encourage military spouses to, one, get out of the house, right? So I guess we have a Facebook group, Milspo Momtok. It looks like this. You can't see it, but it looks like this. Okay, just take my word for it.
She's showing a koozie with the logo on it. So
yeah,
for those of you not watching,
in fact, my face. It's me, but as traditional American before I was blonde. So we want, I don't know, join our, I would say the easiest way, right? If you're not following me on social media, is to follow our Instagram and join our Facebook group just to get a feeler for us, right?
We're in the process of making a website too for it. So.
Yeah. So once the website is a go, then, you know, you'll be able to get even more information and all of our upcoming events, and because we do have events planned out until May.
Yeah.
And we're sitting in March. March is our busiest month and Mom Talk's busiest month.
Yeah, you got a couple events.
Yeah, we had quite a few events. And brain work. What was the other part of that question? Anyways, join our Facebook group to get a feeler for us. And if we're not your cup of tea, that's okay. But at least you know that there are safe communities out there, and that you can foster connections and make friends.
The other part of that question was, how can someone volunteer with you guys if you wanted them to? Oof. Or if they wanted to?
Okay, so we have been trying to host a baby clothing swap for December, January, February, March, for 4 months, and we are waiting on a location. But we will need volunteers for that, and essentially it's on a case-to-case basis, right? Getting involved in the group is as simple as joining the group and interacting on the Facebook page, right? As far as actual volunteering, currently we don't need any, but that will change in the very near future. We are waiting on our sponsor / partner for the baby clothing swap.
Yeah.
But that's going to be multiple tables that we need manned. And so there will probably be an application and an announcement on our socials. Actually, there will be. And the only reason we do applications for any volunteer work is to just make sure that you are available and that you are a military spouse. That's it.
Yeah.
And bless
excuse
you.
Me.
Yeah, we honestly we are not opposed to any volunteer work. If you have an idea, pitch it to us. We are always open to feedback and collaboration and all of the things. So right now, because the group is still growing and it's in the baby stages of being a nonprofit, there's not a lot of volunteer work that is needed. Yeah. But soon there will be.
I guess I just have one last question. If a military spouse joined Milspo Momtok on her worst day, what would you want her to feel after being part of the community?
On our worst day?
On her worst day.
On her worst
her
day?
Or him, yeah.
I would want them to feel supported. If your spouse is on rotation and you're in the trenches and you have no childcare and you can't put dinner on the table, I want you to know that there is at least one person in the group who will come by and help you clean up and help put the kids to bed and help you. And that we have such a strong, kind, giving community that will just we have all been in that position before, and if we haven't, we're going to be. And I just want that person to know that you're not alone and that we're here to help. That is entirely what this group was started for. Oh, I'm going to cry. No, I'm not. I know so many times I have sat on this couch and cried to you about how alone I felt and about how everything was wrong and how life sucked. And you're like, it's okay. And you were great and you supported me through it. But that was a lot of emotional weight for you to carry on top of everything else that we had going on. Yeah. And sometimes you don't want to be a burden. But I want you to know, I want that spouse to know, or anyone to know, that in our group, in our community, your problems are never a burden and you are always welcome. And we are here to help. Whatever that looks like, we will figure it out. We will rally together and figure it out to make sure that your needs are met. That is why I started this.
Yeah, that's
this community.
Exactly why you started it.
Yeah.
You were at one point feeling some of those feelings, so
all of the feelings. All of the feelings. I was at story time. My husband, Senor at Flow Chicken, he was on rotation, and it was like life decided to like throat punch us
Yeah,
back
like
to back
crazy.
to back to
It was
back to back, and we couldn't catch a break.
like every week
And
was something new.
every week something happened, and thank God I had Shy, because otherwise I would not be sitting on this couch. Like, my husband would have come home for a very different reason. And like I I remember, like, prior to October,
Yeah.
it was sometime in the summer, and I remember this because I had split dye hair. And like, I brought Cass inside, I put him down for a nap, I went back out to the car, and I just screamed for like 30 minutes and just like raged in my car.
Yeah.
And then I called your family for support, and it's very different, right? Your family has no ties to the military outside of
No,
you, so they don't
they don't understand it at
understand.
all.
And so I was like, it just sucks. And your family is no stranger to a Neavay crash out, a
No, yeah.
Neavay screaming,
They've
and
seen it all,
yelling.
yeah.
They have seen every emotion that I could ever contain. But they really didn't know how to support me in those moments or in that time. And my family is dead to me for a reason. And I felt so alone. And the pug is right next to us and like snoring and huffing and puffing. Anyways, I felt so alone and I didn't have any support. And so if anyone is ever feeling that way, God, in our community, you will never have to. Like, you will always have someone to scream to. You will always have someone to cry, like a shoulder to cry on. You will always feel supported. Like, we do a regular post that we make is like a weekly check-in at some point during the week. Like, does this week suck for you, and how can we support you?
Yeah.
Like, you having a great week?
Some people even just need a vent on Facebook or like.
Yeah, like, and that we have done everything we can to show up and be supportive for those who need it. And sometimes people just need to celebrate a win of like, I finally caught up on laundry, and I know that makes me sound like a slob, but I have been in the trenches, and like, I have a newborn and I started clinicals. Like, shout out that girl. She's a fucking superhero. I did not leave the couch when I had a newborn. Like, but like, there there are so many people who need support in some way, whether or not they know it. And we will show up in some way for you. Like,
that's the whole point.
I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of the fact that Momtok, Milspo Momtok, has become a large community of supportive, kind, great women. And that is exactly what I wanted as a military spouse, and that is exactly what the community needs. And like, I'm so tired of seeing military spouses get torn up online for existing. And
for just being a spouse.
Like, I get so many hate comments all the time. I could not imagine if I was like a military spouse creator. Like, they get ate up in their comment sections. They get ate up online. Y'all are so brave. I am. Kudos to y'all.
But it's all the same thing over and over again. All the like hate comments are always the same.
Yeah, I mean, so are mine. But
yeah, I mean that's true. Yeah,
I told
people
them to
aren't
get
original.
More
So like,
yeah, I told them to get more creative, and then all of a sudden my hate comments stopped. I was like, I'm so tired of hearing the same thing. Like, come on. But actually, most people don't react to hate comments the same way that I do. And like, I mean, I still struggle with it sometimes. And regardless of where the comments are coming from, whether it's in person or online, just know that Momtok will never be that kind of community, and you will always, always be safe. Like, your mental health is very important to us, because all of our directors have been their girlfriend. I can count on both hands, you know,
Tito's.
Tito's comedy shop, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very proud of my organization and what we are building and what we aim to do, and I see really great things coming out of it. Even though we did not start on the right foot, I worked so fucking hard to change that
Yeah.
because this organization is so important to me, and what it was started for is community, and people will come to our organization and find community. I'll be damned if they don't. Like there are so many opportunities to make friends in our organization, and it's so important to not feel alone.
Yeah, and I said this earlier, and I always tell you this, but I'm like really proud of you and this organization because the military community really does need this organization and a community for the military spouses because I feel like they often get left behind. And I'm proud of you for like putting it out there and making it. And like you saw an empty space and you went in like, okay, we need to fill this void and do something about it.
It's really scary. Like these, I have mucus. Hold on. Okay, so it's like really scary, right? A space like this, maybe it does already exist and I've just never experienced it, but I've never seen a community or a space like this. And I mean, one of our executive directors, she's been doing this for almost 20 years, and she's like, I have never seen a community like this.
Yeah.
And so it's.
But even if there was, like you said, like all these people out here don't know anything about it. I've never heard of one. So
yeah.
like,
and so
no offense if you have one, but like,
yeah,
I never heard of it.
And if you do have one, we would love to have you on. And we would love to collaborate so that we can promote better military spouse spaces, right? Being a military spouse, you're already an exclusive member of a club. Why am I paying in to be a member of a spouse club?
Yeah.
That just never made sense to me. And I don't agree with that for our organization, because if you're a military spouse, your spouse already raised their right hand, you already did it. Right? You're already in the shit. Okay? So a safe space, a welcoming space to ask the questions, to get the information without being torn apart because you don't know any better. And like, we've talked with a handful of military spouses before, and from our shared knowledge, we've been like, hey, that's incorrect. Like, that is so blatantly incorrect. Like, please don't tell anyone else this story because you're going to look stupid, right? Like, that just doesn't happen. Or like, you know, sitting at that table like, hey, actually, did you know that these like counseling resources are available for you and your spouse? Right? Like, those are things.
There's a way forward.
Yeah, like those are things that not every military spouse knows. And like, the service member doesn't care to hear because we're in 16 death by PowerPoints back to back.
And they hear it all the time, so it's like goes in one ear out the other.
Yeah, and nobody actually talks about like what different organizations within the military do for the service member and their family.
Like people see it as like that. If like you experience somewhat thin and like somebody has to like point you into that direction, or like those like event fairs that like pre-deployment fairs, or like,
I got absolutely nothing from your pre-deployment fair besides talking to that senior officer about my tattoos for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And about like how cool I am because I have an internet platform.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
But you know the deal and like all that stuff about like you've been in the military community for your whole life. But like some of the brand new spouses found stuff out of it. And
the Red Cross thing, that was super important. You pushed that out to your Joeys.
Yeah.
And like that was but that's the only thing that I got from that, and it was because I had to use it. Like, Like,
Which is true, yeah. But
yeah, like
it works. But that now you know about
actually,
it.
I didn't even use it. You put in the right cross. But I mean, hey, it got done.
Yeah.
If anyone's ever wondering, my husband is the admin side of our marriage.
About everything, yeah.
About everything. I won't do it. I won't do it.
No.
I'll pay for it. I won't
She'll
do it.
sign the paper.
I'll sign the paper. I won't do it.
Yeah.
I will not do it. Even so, our wedding is in 18 days. 18
It's
days.
exciting.
I ADHD'd. Question.
What?
Do you want to film another podcast after this?
You want to?
Okay, we'll do 2 in a day. Okay, well, thank you guys. That's my organization. We'll be back in like T-minus 4 seconds. I love you all. Have a great
Don't
Neavay
forget to
day.
like and subscribe.
Oh my god. Okay, so if you don't follow me on social media, our daughter, oh my god, I just cackled into the mic. Okay, our daughter loves to pick on me and the fact that I am a content creator. So she loves to come up to us and she'll throw up 2 peace signs and she'll go, like and subscribe to Mom's TikToks. Make sure you like and subscribe to Mom's videos. Like and subscribe.
Just some goofy dance. And,
yeah, and some like something like this or like this all the time. I posted a video of it on TikTok forever ago.
Yeah. It was a couple weeks. 100 videos ago.
I post like 7 times a day. Oh my gosh.
But anyways, new episodes every Sunday. Catch you later.
Okay, love you all. Bye.